Some challenges, the peak water that I mentioned. We need sufficient humus and organic matter in the soil because it holds water and it holds nutrients. This is Morris McKeedy in Kenya. He took a 5-day workshop at the Manor House Agricultural Center in Kenya, and he created a successful 1,000-tree citrus orchard in an area that didn't have enough rain to grow citrus. 250,000 people are born to the planet net daily. This would mean that if it were all concentrated in San Francisco, the San Francisco population would double every 3.5 days. It would mean that in Kauai, every 12 hours, the population would double. The world needs 42,500 acres each day just to be able to feed these new people, and 22,500 square miles annually to feed the people. This is about the size of the California Central Valley. It's not happening. Here's some good news. All compost is not equal. It turns out that we've discovered, and you can find in the new How to Grow More Vegetables, there's 5 ways in which you can get 2 to 10 and even more compost power per unit of area, per unit of time. 1 bucket of compost can actually have twice the amount of humus in it, is one example. Higher yields do it. Cold composting process helps. Doing 44-to-1 compost rather than a hot 30-to-1 compost pile will help. Building a pile that uses more structural carbon and less metabolic will help. And if you maintain your soil or your compost pile properly, instead of getting 8 to 10% humus in your cured compost, you can get 20%. Wow. You should have, your community should have a compost expert who really can help you get all of this. Transformation, all these challenges, peak water, nutrients, energy, soil, can be changed into situations of more than enough. That's why I said I wouldn't tell you these challenging things if there wasn't something we could do. Income from small areas, if you're growing lettuce seed, you can make $2,000 net per, $2,000 net per 100 square feet. With tomatoes, you can make $20,000 to $25,000 per 100 square feet selling the seed. This means you have to have your own seed company. If you sell it to another seed company, you make very little money. These are children in Mexico doing it. This is passion fruit being grown in Kenya. These are early bunching onions. With alternating early bunching onions and lettuce, you can make $3,000 per 100 square feet per year. This is lavender wands. With lavender wands, if you have 4,000 square feet of lavender wands, a perennial, you don't have to double dig, except the first time. You can make $70,000. Per hour for your labor of making the wands, you can make up to $75 an hour. By putting miniature greenhouses around crops such as peppers, we're able to triple the yield. Farmer skill base, only 1 person in 625 is a farmer. Put 625 people on a football field with 1 person in a green suit in the middle, or green jeans, I guess, really. And what you have is that all the other people are depending on that person who's depleting the soil 18 to 80 times faster than happens in nature. Some hope for the future. Develop complete 2-acre, complete diet, community-supported agriculture mini-farms. Agricultural land trust, mini-farming communities. 85% of those who rent in the U.S. are reported never likely to own a home, much less a farm and a home. This is another really important thing. Half of your farmable land needs to be left in wild to preserve plant and animal genetic diversity. Otherwise, you're not going to have an environment that's livable for people. Over here, we have 9 duplexes, which means there's 18 mini farmers, and there's a half-acre mini farm for each one of those families. Each family has a 1,000-acre part of a duplex. Excuse me, each family has a 1,000 square foot part of a duplex and has a half-acre farm in which he or she can grow all the food for a family of 3 to 4 and $75,000 a year. It doesn't have to be expensive, large scale, or require a large amount of land or equipment to be a farmer. As Scott Nearing, one of the Back to the Land people, said, is that do the best you can in the place where you are and be kind. And this is the kind of relationship that this little honeybee has with the apple blossoms that we need to have in order to grow abundant life. Thank you.